Between the banjos and that music, I don't know which one I like better.
Yeah, it's a good intro. Great intro.
Anyway, what's up, everybody? How are we doing today? Hopefully, everybody's doing well. My name is Matt. I am paranormal consultant and consultant for Global Ghost Hunt. Next to me is my brother, my partner in crime here at GGH Live, the one and only Nando from Portal to the Paranormal. What is up, brother?
I'm good. It feels like it's been a while. Like trying to communicate with each other has been a bit off. Like when you've messaged me, I've not been about, and then when I've tried to get back to you, you've been working. So I think today's been the first day over the last week and a half that we've actually been able to properly get hold of each other and have a proper chat, haven't we?
which is why we're late, folks.
Well, wait. We're late because I was in the studio. I was waiting for someone else to turn up for a change. So I was awake. I made sure I set my alarm and everything today.
Yeah, I actually, I've been busy. I've been busy, as most of you know. Nando and I had a little meeting earlier today, and then I met with Robin from Happer and Paranormal. As most of you know, he's in charge of our merchandise, which he's doing a great job with. I'm very proud of him. He's got a lot of ideas, and we've been just having some fun talking about some new things. And just to let everybody know, we do have a new piece of merch. Brian doesn't even know this, so Mister, I had an idea.
It was all his idea, nothing to do with me.
Yeah, this one's actually good though. This one's good. I'm proud of this one.
It's a good one.
But anyway, as most of you know, this is part 2 of the June GGH Live. Just because it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. I mean, I love Brian. Don't get me wrong. I love Brian to death. He's my brother. But I miss my brother. I miss my co-host here. Right? It's not a GGH Live without Nando and I. And like Nando said, it's been forever. It's been really forever since you and I have just sat down and hung out.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's been like since the last event. I think we had a bit of a break from it. And then things have just like, family, other commitments, it's been hectic. It has been hectic. So
that's a way to put it.
So yeah. And like I said, trying to get hold of you, like the time difference for me and you, it's just like I get a message from Matt at 2:00 in the morning. I have an idea. Well, I'm dead to the world. I'm in bed. And so it's like, but it's been good to have a proper catch up and now we're doing this. So it's all good.
Yeah. And honestly, I thought about it, and the main reason why we're doing the second GGH Live for June is because obviously, if you guys saw on the first part, Brian and I talked about the locations, the teams that are coming on, some familiar faces like Rootless Destinations, Best Paranormal, a couple others, which we have thumbnails for, which we'll go over, but also some new ones. So we have some new faces and some new teams and new locations. So I want to hear what Nando has to say about it, and I'll give my input as well. But I'm telling you right now, guys, from the way this is shaping up, and I think even Brian said, we're going to be more. There's going to be more. We're going to be busier. We're going to be busier for the October event, which we called. We said that, I think, on the first GGH Live, that we were going to be, it was going to be a few teams. We were going to get a couple of good teams, great teams, which they came through. Let's be honest. And I'll tell you, this is shaping up to get big.
Big. Yeah. I think, what I'm excited for is that we've got some more teams that have registered from the UK. So it's going to be great that, more locations from the UK are going to get noticed. The patrol are returning, and what a location that they've secured. It's
no teasers. We'll...
No. We'll get into that in a minute. But I just think and we've said this before, we've learned a lot from the first event. Was there hiccups? Yes, there was. Did we learn a lot? Yes, we did.
Oh yeah.
And I think it was just part of the process. We knew that it wasn't. There was stuff that was going to happen that was out of our control. But did we manage it okay? 100%.
Yeah. And it's something that I don't think we hit on the wrap-up show, but I think it definitely needs to be said. I want to give huge props to the rest of our admin family. We have to. You know, everybody. I don't know if everybody knows this, but I know you guys know Brian and I or Nando. We were all backstage for every investigation for the May event. But what you guys don't know is the year leading up to that, there's been a lot of time, energy, and a lot of different things going on backstage that nobody got to see. And it was a lot of phone calls, a lot of meetings, a lot of talking with people, video calls. I mean, Nando and I mean, that's one thing I really love about Global Ghost Hunt is it's brought you and I closer together. We become family. And I've gotten to know your family very well, like Sarah, Rocco, Gino, all of your kids. They've all been great. Well, Gino when he comes out, but
I was just about to say it's been very rare. It's like an eclipse with Gino to get him out of his bedroom. When you see him, it's very lucky to see him. You know, Rocco, like as you've seen with Rocco, he'll just come down and say, "Who's that? Is that Matt? All right, Matt, how you doing?" You know, and before I know it, he's taken over the phone conversation between the two of you, and then you two are coming up with some crazy ideas. You know, so you know, it's been funny.
Which for those of you who don't know, my merchandise, Global Ghost Hunt, my paranormal consultant store, there's a demon potato. That was all Rocco. He gave. What did he say? He didn't even say demon potato. He said what? Say, like demonic potato or something.
Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about something, and then he started doing a drawing, and then I think the drawing looked like a potato, and then before we know it, Matt and Rocco started coming up with, well, that actually looks like this, Rocco. So why don't we do this, Rocco? And then before we knew it, we had horns. We had everything, and then before we knew it, it was on Matt's on his merch shop.
But that's the thing I love about Global Ghost Hunt, and huge props to Brian for thinking about it, because yourself, me, AJ, and a couple others, and Raymond, who's in the audience here, we've been around for the get-go, the start of it, and it's really brought us all closer together. And huge shout out for that. I mean, we're meeting new people, and I see Wendy from AZ Pies here, which they did an awesome investigation. I absolutely love them. We see Tracy's here from Tombstone. And by the way, guys, I am seeing all your comments, and Nando and I are paying attention to it. We'll get to you guys in just a moment. But it's opened up so many doors and brought people close together. And I think that's one big thing that Brian wanted from this. It's not just the locations. It's not just the teams. It's this unity. And I know he said in his one live, he hates the word para-unity. But you know what? You call it as it is. And he has created a hell of an event for para-unity. So cheers to Brian for that. Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, like I promised, we'll get in and we'll say hello to everybody. So obviously there's Raymond from Newsome Paranormal. He is also a part of the admin. I find it funny. Raymond doesn't know where he is half the time, but yet he's in charge of locations. Great placement.
But to be fair to Raymond, he has done a really good job keeping up with it. Yeah. You know, always on point with locations. So props to Raymond there.
Absolutely. Now, if only he could turn on a flashlight so he knows where he's at.
Yeah, I knew you were going to come up that little bit, didn't you? Raymond, don't take it. Don't take it, mate.
He knows I love him. We got the Unknown Prophet. That's my brother, Josh. What's up, Josh? How you doing tonight? And there's Tracy from Tombstone. Tracy, welcome. Glad to have you. Facebook user, as always, welcome. I love it. Loyal. Facebook user is so loyal. I love it.
We seem to be seeing a lot more of them, don't we?
That's got to be on. I think Brian said that's Hunophobia.
Hunophobia?
I think that's Hunophobia.
For some reason, yeah.
I don't know. If your name is coming up, Facebook user, right above us in the description or wherever the description's at, you just have to give Facebook or StreamYard permission to use your Facebook name, so that will stop that. Just to let everybody know. And as stated, there's Wendy from AZ Pie. Amazing team, amazing investigation. They did a great job in the May event, and I believe they're coming back, and I'm excited. I'm excited to have them. Vicky from Abyss Paranormal. Welcome,
Hey.
Vicky. Another great investigation. Great
And
investigation.
they're another team that are returning as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. And little teaser. We have their thumbnail. We have their thumbnail, and everything's pulled up. We've got a bunch of stuff for you folks tonight. And you guys, if you guys liked what they did for the May event, you're gonna love what they've got going on. I've done some research on this location, and ooh, and that is none other than Mr. Fedora, Scott Morton from Warren Area Society of Paranormal, my brother. And hey, I take that. That sounds like a personal shot. I love Fedora. I love Fedora.
Hey, he can't even get the timings right for me and him. He's got to argue it for about half an hour.
See, I love Fedora. I love Fedora. And for those of you who don't know Scott, he's actually, believe it or not, my manager. He has tried to manage me. You see how well that worked. But I've known Scott for a couple of years now, and this community has grown so much that it's like family. Like it's like a family reunion every time I go up, and he's actually not too far from me. So Nando, another reason for you guys for a holiday.
Yes, definitely. I think it's got to be done. I think it's got to be done trying to get over, and it'll be fun. And then try and get Brian to come down as well.
Oh, maybe we'll go to Toronto. We'll just go pick him up.
Just go knock on his condo door and say, "Hey, we're here. Let
us in."
You just see the life fall out of Brian with all the bus turning up. Can you just imagine that?
You get the whole admin staff together. We just go. Or what was the other thing I told him? He was going to be investigating. I think he said with Relatively Paranormal, Todd Sylvia and Marissa. Yeah. By the way, great merchandise guy, or not merchandise, equipment. Go check out Relatively Paranormal. I'm actually going to be picking up something from them here soon. But he was saying about somebody being on like the U.S. side of Niagara Falls and him being on the Canadian side. And I said, you just yell back and forth to each other. Just get a bullhorn and just start yelling at each other. Here's an introduction for you, brother.
My pal, the leader, the creator of Portal to the Paranormal, Dan Winter, the top man. Yeah.
Cheers, Dan. Cheers.
Yeah.
There's another Facebook user, and another one.
Hello.
Heather, welcome. How are you? Leslie from RRLC Paranormal, another Canadian team. Welcome. Josh says he's doing great. Vicky says hey to Heather. I have a great team helping me. I can't take all the credit. Well, as long as they bring flashlights. No, I know what he means. I know he's talking about his locations team. No, locations do a great job. Absolutely great job. We are looking forward to working with you. And likewise, Tracy, I will say on behalf of Brian and the rest of the admin staff, we are as well. We're very excited, and I see something very, very good coming between both. Gabriel, hey, Gabriel, how are you? You got the notification? Good. Wendy from AC Pie says we are excited to be back. Raymond switched over. I'm just going through the chat real quick, guys, so bear with me one moment. Raymond switched over. Raymond switched over to YouTube. Know how to get Brian to Kentucky. Wait, Matt grew? Yeah, out. I grew out. Oh, Pam Harris. Hey, Pam. How are you tonight? But anyway, so before we get into the thumbnails, because like I said, we have some great thumbnails. There's some great thumbnails, some things that I'm really excited for. Let's go back a little bit for those who missed the Global Ghost Zone, which why? But what are some things, Nando, that stuck out to you, brother? What are some things for this event that really is like boom right there?
One of the things that really did stick out to me was CMPS, Suzette. You know, her investigation was not just the location, but she dressed up for it as well. And I just think she took it to the next level, like actually be, wearing the kind of, outfits that they would have worn in that time, because of the history of the building. I think that was a really good way to investigate. I think she did a great job. I think, in all fairness, everyone did a really good job, but then another person that really did stick out for me was Michael Wong. Yes. He is very new to the paranormal field, and to go into a huge location like he did, do you know what? I want to name it, but every time I want to name it, it just doesn't sound right. It was a brothel. That's all I'm going to say. Is it
Dumas brothel?
See, when you look at the spelling of it, you come out with a different name.
Hey, we're not going to get into pronunciations. I've seen some of the ones over on your side of the pond.
I know. But yeah, but for him to not only go into a location on his own, he slept there for the night as well, didn't he? Mm-hmm. So, I think that was another great investigation. The G team, they did a good job. And they had some funny moments with, I believe, with Patty's daughter getting locked in the jail. They had to get someone, Heather, to try and get the door open. How that door got locked, it could have been some whim, but it was a funny moment because you're caught up in that moment. So it just, there were so many different things going on, and I just think, and the way it was streamed, it was just really good. Like you and Brian made sure that everyone had the opportunity to go and see what ones they want. We spaced that out enough, so that was really good. But I think, in all fairness, everyone did an absolute blinding job on their investigations. But like I said, the ones that stick out was CMPS because Suzette really got dressed up for the moment, which was great. And Michael Wong to go into a location on his own, that takes a very brave person, especially when you're new into the.
It takes a lot of.
So, I'll be honest, you would never see me doing something like that, going in a location just totally on my own. And fair play to him.
I would. I'll be honest with you guys. I love the Wicked Queen, and I'm saying that on record because she can hurt me. But I would have done Penhurst by myself. I love Scotty. I love Chrissy. I'm so happy I got to investigate with those guys. Do not get me wrong. But if the Wicked Queen wouldn't have been right on my tail the entire night, she would have lost me. Because I have shiny syndrome when I investigate. I do. If I'm standing in a room, like let's go back to Penhurst, the hallways. I'll just be looking down the hallway and I'll see something and I'm just gone. You got to keep up with me. And I'll be honest, though, but I agree 100%. For Michael to be in there by himself all night long, that takes some...
That takes a lot of guts. And, also to mention Mackenzie, she was funny, especially towards the end of the investigation. If you want to have a laugh, just listen to Mackenzie's reaction and what she says to Matt. It was great. It was just like, and it was a great combo there.
And to be honest with you, like I was showing for those of you, I don't know if anybody caught my live. I did a late night live stream last night, or this morning, I should say. And my buddy who was in the car with me, my coworker, he wanted to know more. He wanted to know more about what Global Ghost Hunt was. And he said, "Did you take part in it?" I said, "Yes, I did." And I showed him the YouTube video of Penhurst. I showed him the end. He laughed. And I showed him, which is probably my favorite part, was we were so tired and so out of it when we found that stuffed animal. And we were walking around asking the spirits if they were TikTok trendy and going rawr. I said, that's an investigation. That's what people do. This is what we do. We go in. It's not like what you see in the movies. It's not anything like that. And that's one thing I love that we're doing with the Global Ghost Hunt. We're breaking that stigma that it's not what you see on TV shows. It's not what you see in these movies. It's completely different. Like, for example, and I'm just speaking from personal experience, like the string at Penhurst. We had that little piece of yarn that was moving back and forth. It wasn't much. It was very subtle, but we were excited over that. You know, that was something that made our night. And I know, Nando, when you guys were doing, when you had the board out, the Ouija board, you weren't just getting responses from the board, you were getting it from the K2 meter. You were getting it from other things as well, you and Sarah.
It was great, even with you know, another team that, you know, we saw while we were watching was Emerald Isle Paranormal Researchers in Ireland, Jenny's team. So they come up with the idea, which was a great idea. You know, we didn't think of this at first. They had 2 different cameras set up, one in the upstairs where they were actually doing the investigation, and I think one was downstairs in a basement. It might have not been a basement, but I know it was a lower floor. But as they were upstairs doing their it was whilst they were upstairs doing their investigation, the downstairs camera, for no reason at all, just switched off.
And it flipped.
And then another camera just rotated. But when this was happening, none of them were actually in the room. They were all together in other rooms.
And then the shadows, we saw the shadows because you were there for that. You, Brian, and I,
And you know, when the cameras go off, you know, again, we learned something because we were trying to let them know that the camera's off by putting a big message on the screen.
Which we're working on that one, folks.
You know, we've come up with the idea now that we're going to let people know that if they can send us an alternative contact number so we can reach out. If something like that happens, we have a way of letting you know. But that was just an amazing capture from Jenny's team. The fact that the cameras had rotated with no one touching it, the camera had switched off downstairs. You know, so that was quite cool evidence. I think, like Michael Wong, as he was walking through the brothel on the downstairs floor, to the right of him, I think that a shadow was caught. I think you caught that, Matt, as well, didn't you? Well, when we were watching. So yeah, there was some great evidence, but for me was real evidence, because again, we would love to get the moments as you see on TV. We say this all the time, you know, but I don't believe it's always like that. You've got to be very in tune to, you know, you can spend a lot of hours in the location and you get the smallest little bit of evidence, but some of it was absolutely amazing what the guys were getting.
Absolutely. And I know for me personally, and one of my highlights, and you spoke about CMPS dressing in period attire. We can't forget the lovely ladies over at Rootless. They did the same thing, and they did a phenomenal job. But for me, I think nothing against anybody, because we all saw some really great teams. We saw some great evidence. We met some new faces. But the one that stands out to me, and it always will, is Haunted 505 at the cemetery. Valerie's team. Valerie and Chris. Not just getting the evidence. They took time. And mind you, this was live. They took time away from the investigation side to teach the next generation.
Yes.
That to me means more than any piece of evidence, because it's showing that we as a paranormal community do care. We care about the location, we care about the spirits, but we also care about the next generation. We are training the next generation to take our place. And what they did to me stands above and beyond any piece of evidence. Any piece of evidence. So, and I see some new people are coming in. We have Jen Jacobs from Eclipse Paranormal, another one of our admin. How are you tonight? Crossover Paranormal, my brother, Jonathan Myers. What is up, brother? Jonathan, we need to get crossover. We need to get cops involved with Global Ghost Hunt. We really do. They're a great team. Really good team. I've investigated them, at the North Carolina, USS North Carolina, which may be a part 2 coming. Maybe. And I see Tony's here. What's up, Tony? How are you? Let's see, everybody else. Gabriel's making coffee. Really.
Wrong message.
Raymond, we've been over this. I do not have the legs.
If Matt dresses up like that, that'll be the end of the Global Ghost Hunt, I'm afraid. That'll be shut down.
I'll tell you what.
He's got an idea.
I'll tell you what, Nando, if you dress like how that one picture, you know which picture I'm talking of.
Oh
You
my
dress
god.
like that again, and we get Mister in a dress. I will do the same, and we will do a GGH live.
That's not gonna. I know. I think I know what. I think I know what picture you're talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on, shall we? I think let's move on.
That's for the OnlyFans. Well, that's a pay. You have to pay to see that one.
Oh wow.
Gabriel, you're having a bad day? Big hearts. Big hearts for Gabriel. Before we move to the thumbnail section, I just want to ask everybody. So we've all had, as Gabriel said, we've had a bad day. We've all had a really rough week. I think it's been rough for a lot of people. Folks, I'm asking for everybody just to send some positive vibes to not just one particular person, but everybody in our field that we work with, that we network with. If there's somebody you haven't spoken with in a while, shoot them a message, see how they're doing. Let them know you're there for them. And I know on behalf of the admin staff, one of our very own, the one and only Lex from Lex Paranormal, he's going through some rough times at the moment. So if we could all please get some positive thoughts and positive vibes in the chat for Lex. Lex, we love you, brother. Can't wait to see you back and rocking and rolling on not just Through the Lens, but here on the admin side of Global Ghost Hunt. We miss you, brother. Oh, geez. Vicky, no. No. No.
Maybe that would be a new piece of merch for you, Matt.
You know, I'm just thinking.
with your face and...
Well, I was thinking of the Photoshops of Brian. And I have a feeling there's some more coming, but I'm going to be included in this. But I will say, guys, in all seriousness, positive vibes for everybody. Love everybody. And just know if you need to talk, you need to vent, whatever, I can speak for myself. And I know Nando as well and the rest of Portals of the Paranormal. We're here. We're here to listen. If you need anything, just reach out. We're always here. May not get back with you right away, but some of us may be asleep. Some of us may be at work. Yeah. But no, seriously, guys, big hearts, love for everybody. But yeah, I just want to say that real quick. So
moving, just follow on from that. If you know someone that is struggling, if you know someone's having a bad time, a lot of people, and it's something that's been quite big recently, especially with men's mental health as well.
Yeah.
The little things you don't realize how much is appreciated, like sending a text message, arranging a coffee. A lot of people get so lost in their thoughts, they don't realize what they actually have around them. Yeah. So, if you know someone's struggling, just send them that text message, let them know that they've got someone there to talk to. I think, the more people start talking, especially men, the better it's going to be. Unfortunately, we're in a society where a lot of men are too scared to, admit when they've got a problem. But at the end of the day, men, it's all right to cry. It's all right to have emotions. We're human, just like anyone else. But, if you know anyone struggling, just reach out to them and make sure they're okay, because that will go a long way for a person that is struggling.
Absolutely. And, to add, we investigate and we deal with let's be honest with you, a very dark subject. Like, we deal with death. Let's be honest, folks. This is what we deal with. This is what we're investigating. We're investigating the dead. And what happens after this life is something completely different. But it takes a mental toll on us. I mean, you don't have to be an empath or a sensitive or a medium, whatever you want to call yourself. You don't have to be one of those to realize that feeling, to feel that feeling, like at Pennhurst, at Gettysburg, Eastern State Penitentiary, wherever you go, you get to hear these stories and you feel that emotion, that energy, that heaviness. It plays a lot on your mental state. I don't care who you are. You could be the most seasoned investigator in the world, or you could be the newest person. It doesn't matter. Keeping mental health and keeping aware of your mentality state is huge. That is number one. Like, even for me for work, I prepare myself mentally before I go to work. Investigations are the same way. Usually a couple minutes or 10 minutes out from a location, I'm mentally preparing myself. And that's what we have to do. And we have to keep that in check because we deal with a dark subject. So, depression and all these other nasty things come into play. So, yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
So, moving on. We'll move to something. But no, definitely. Guys, the bottom line is you're not alone on that. And you do have people who do care. Just reach out. It takes 2 seconds. And also, again, if there's somebody that usually speaks to you and they don't, reach out to them. It's a two-way street. Communication is a two-way street. Definitely. So, moving on, we're going to go to the thumbnail section. And just to let everybody know, the thumbnails is not the only thing we're going to be talking about. We do have a brand new piece of merch, literally brand new. It just got created before the stream. And Brian hasn't even seen it. So it's going to be new to him if he's lurking in the background, which I'm sure he is. Robin and I came up with an idea, so he can't take all the credit. And Nando approved it. So it's active. Nando likes it. We all like it.
No, it's a fun bit of merch, so we'll get into that in a moment.
Yeah, but let's start with the thumbnails and let's meet who we have so far for the Global Ghost Hunt October 2023. Starting off, let me get rid of the banner so you guys can, I don't know why you want to see us, but here we are. But starting off, we have the Ghoul Gang. So, Nando, they are a UK team.
Yes, they are. So
go for it, brother.
They're outside of the pond. I think, if my memory serves me right, they're quite a new team. So it's going to be great, for them to show what they can do. The location is a lovely location. The Grey Ladies Mausoleum. It was a location that we got to investigate with Brian and Lex. Are we moving on already?
No, I don't know. My computer's doing things. Last time I had about 9 mouse pointers. It was great.
Yeah, so it was a location that we were able to investigate with Brian and Lex when he come down for the UK tour. And some of the responses that we got from there was, absolutely brilliant. I don't want to say too much because, no doubt, we want the Ghoul Gang to show the location off and see what they come up with. Absolutely. But it's definitely one to watch, and again, it's a great location for an investigation. So hopefully they get a good response there.
Absolutely. And for those of you thinking it might look familiar, and as Nando said, Brian got the opportunity to investigate this location. And for those of you who remember, for the May event, there was a section of one of the videos where
there was
Brian, where Brian turns around and says, "What do you say?" That was fantastic.
So basically, the mausoleum was basically built for a couple. The idea was that they were both going to be buried in there, but it turned out that the coffin wasn't big enough for both of them, so they had to change things around. But the response that Brian got from that clip, if you remember, was he asked if they were together again, and then the cat balls went off immediately. So it was like he uncovered the love story that was still going on.
Incredible. That's what he said. He turned and he goes, "That was incredible."
Yes. Yeah. And he sort of turned, and as he was walking away, he said that was incredible. And it was it was like a love story still being played out in a way, and so, it was great.
So what's really cool then for me, and I'm really looking forward to it, is we can actually uncover more of this story between this husband and wife, or the lovers, whoever they were. But that is just, to me, I'm excited. And as Brian stated, and I'm sure Lex will attest to this, there's more to this cemetery than just this. This is a huge cemetery.
Yeah, so the actual grounds itself, it's called Old Bearsden. And the couple that was meant for this mausoleum, they actually owned a big, I don't know if it was like a mansion or a manor house. But yeah, and now it's a lovely little village. And and there's a lot of history around there. There's the old church down there as well, the graveyard. But yeah, it's going to be a lovely location for them to investigate.
10th century graveyard. We took them to the old house they lived in. I'm not sure who Facebook user is.
Another Facebook user. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah, it will be great. It will be a great investigation.
Absolutely. Oh, it's Sarah. You better know who
that. Who's Sarah?
Yours. Yours.
Hello. Yeah.
You in trouble.
Oops. Well, she's come up as Facebook user. What's up, Anthony?
Anthony from Texas Wraith Hunters.
He's a cool investigator. Anthony is a cool investigator. He brings the cool to investigations.
Absolutely. He did a great job, too. Him.
Yeah, he did.
And he's a great podcaster, too. I love Anthony.
No, I had a great chat with him when he come on our podcast. And yeah, like I said, he brings the cool to the investigations.
Well, he's the Wraith Prince, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
All right.
It'll be a good one to look out for. Watch them.
I'm excited.
That's cool.
All right, so moving on, we have Goose Flats Paranormal. So first of all, like I stated with Brian, love the name. I absolutely love the name. And the Silver Spur Homestead in Tombstone, again, Tombstone is bringing it. They got an amazing Paracon. You've got an amazing town, amazing people. You've got a lot of great locations, Shefflin Hall. You've got Birdcage, OK Corral, all the usuals. But what I love is what Bruce said to us during the wrap-up is there's so much more. And the Silver Spur Homestead looks to me like it's going to be one of them. Like, this from what I've seen in the pictures and my research, they kept most of it original. But you know, you look at these two investigators too on top of it. I see seasoned investigators who know what they're doing, who look like they're going to have a lot of fun, at a location that has a crap load of history.
Yeah.
In an amazing town.
It's going to be great because I know that they were the Tombstone. Hello, Facebook user. Again, Facebook user. You know, the Tombstone Paracon was also part of May, but I think we're going to see a lot more with them, and you know, Goose Flat Paranormal as well. It's going to be another great investigation to watch.
Absolutely, and again, I just love. That's probably one of my favorite names so far. Minus like AZ Pie. I know we spoke about that before like AZ Pie. Like there was a couple of them that we were just like, I love the name. I think I have a new winner.
Paranormal. That was a cool name.
This is cool. This is cool. I love this name. So moving on, we have the Carl Beck House. So we do have a team doing that one, and let's see.
Is that Rootless?
No, it's Paranormal Responses. That's right. I wanted to make sure it was right in order. This is one of the other Canadian teams. And from I believe what Brian was saying, and if I'm wrong, Paranormal Responses, I do apologize. But I think they're a newer team. I think they are newer. And I'll be honest with you, and I said this to Brian, Nando, and I want your opinion, brother. You couldn't build a more creepier haunted location. Like, just from the look of it. Like, it just screams, I'm haunted.
It does look like a great location. When we were looking at it and we were, you know, looking at all the images that come with the Carl Beck house, it looks great. But that's the thing, you know, we over here in the UK, we've got great locations. But when we look like overseas, like America, Canada, you know, the buildings, the way it's built and everything, it just looks, you know, it'll be great to like sort of do a switch. You guys come here and investigate what we got, and we investigate what you got.
Challenge accepted.
But cool. That would be cool.
As long as you're paying for it. But no, and I was saying this too, and I think actually Jason Barrett, who just joined the chat, he even said, like, here in Pennsylvania, here in the U.S., we have a lot of architecture that looks just like this, like the farmhouse look and the older style. And I just love this. Like, this house, I would drive by several times. Like, and like, it's not even a question. Like, I could just tell from the pictures that this is a haunted location. It's got a lot of great activity, and there's a heck of a story to be told. And I'm sure Paranormal Responses is up for the challenge. And I have a feeling they're going to be just like AZ Pie, CMPS, Abyss Paranormal, and some of these other teams that we saw in the May event. They're going to be showcasing, like, they are going to be the team to watch.
Yeah. Again, it's going to be exciting for, like we've just pointed out, Goose Flats Paranormal Responses School Gang, because they're new to the Global Ghost Hunt as well. So it's great to have new faces coming up and seeing what they're going to do.
Absolutely. And I know Brian's excited that they're also a Canadian team.
Yeah, definitely.
And Suzette, speaking of CMPS, there's Suzette. She just joined chat. She said the Facebook user was her.
Hello, the lovely Suzette. She's
we were talking about you a little bit earlier, Suzette, about how you and Rootless Destinations stepped up the game and dressed in the period attire, and how awesome it was. So
thinking about doing that for his next investigation.
I might. I don't know. Maybe instead of a period dress, I'll wear a cocktail dress. I don't know. Maybe I'll just stick with my Daisy Dukes. I don't know. You know what? You guys know what Daisy Dukes are over there, right?
What is a Daisy Dukes?
So a Daisy Duke is short shorts, like shorts that hug everything. Yeah, but they're jeans. They're like jean material, like denim.
Oh wow, yeah, that would be something to see you in something like that, wouldn't it? Ooh.
I'll send you pictures.
Oh well.
So anyway, now's the time to move on. So this is a team that I know. I've known Lisa for a while now, and Key to the Other Side is her newer team. Key to the Other Side has been around for a minute now, but I think we've all heard of Edinburgh Manor. Edinburgh Manor is up there. It's one of those prime locations. Everybody knows it. We've all heard the stories about it. We've all heard about the evidence. And again, stunning location. Absolutely stunning. And I don't know if the dolls are Lisa's, because I know she does collect them, or if that's from Edinburgh Manor. But if it's in Edinburgh Manor, I'm not going to that freaking room. I've had enough of dolls. But no, I'm really excited to see what she can do. She's a great investigator. I've investigated personally with Lisa, and she's a great investigator. Really good investigator. I don't know. How much do you know about Edinburgh Manor?
Do you know it's one of the locations that I don't know about because it's over your side. So, for me, it'll be great to watch, when they do their walkthrough to see the kind of period that it's set in, and find out a little bit about the history. So, that's what I think is really exciting about, for me over here, seeing all the locations coming to life when they do the live streams on the Global Ghost Hunt. So that'll be another one, that'll no doubt be another great location to watch.
Oh, 100%. And I said this in part 1 of GGH Live for June, and I'll say it again. That is way too much purple for me. I'm sorry. But that room in the top left, that is this one. That is way too much purple or pink or whatever that is. That is way too much. Not ideal for me. Anyway, so moving on with that one. There they are, the lovely ladies at Rootless Destination. And the Presidio La Bahia, or Baja, it's not Baja, Bahia, I think it is. It's do you know what a Presidio is, Nando?
No. Is it like an old? Well, go on, you tell me.
Well, you guys have them over there, but I think you call them something different. So think of a church, but it's a fort as well. It can double as a fort. a mission or kind of like a castle.
Monastery. No, not a monastery. Like where they all stay. Like they all stay.
In a sense, think of a monastery, but with military presence.
Oh, okay.
That's what these presidios are. They're basically little forts. They're smaller forts, and they had the ability to defend themselves. And what's really cool, I don't know if it's is the same way in Texas, but I know in San Diego, in California, where I started my paranormal career, we had a mission there too, a Presidio mission. And what was really cool is there was another mission. It's about a 2-hour drive north of San Diego. But the way they mapped them out is they would walk for one single day. And that's how they spaced them out. A day's walk. It is literally a day's walk to the next mission.
Blimey.
And what's really cool is, as you can see, a lot of these missions or the Presidios, they have all original. So just like what Jenny did for Emerald Isle, what Emerald Isle did, Rootless is going to dive into the same thing. And a lot of this is original structure. I mean, obviously they've made some renovations. I see a window back here, and you see the glass and stuff like that, which is fine. But most of this is all the same. They just keep it up. And with a team like Rootless, you know this is going to be a good investigation. Absolutely. Definitely. So another one, and I'm really glad to see them back. Really glad to have them back.
Definitely.
So moving on, we have, I think there's a team attached to this one, but I'm not sure. So this is actually the Genesee Orleans Regional Arts Center. Nando, you remember the one commercial or the promo video we did where we were going down that hallway, and then the next clip was that beautiful open spot? That's this location.
Well, that's a beautiful location. If that was a lovely video. Like walking into, the inside was absolutely stunning.
Oh, Raymond said there's no team. Okay, thank you, Raymond. Glad to see. This is why I love having Raymond around. Raymond's on top of it.
So if there's a team looking for a location and you're near,
go for it.
Get in touch and then register. It'll be a great location to investigate. Yeah,
and I'm honestly like, if I wasn't going to New Orleans, like I would consider this, because this is actually a really stunning location. I know they've got a lot of history there, and from what I've seen on the clips, a lot of it is authentic. It's from the period. They kept a lot of the original stuff. So prime location.
Yeah, and what we will do is we'll put a post up on the Global Ghost Hunt Facebook page with all the details to this location with the thumbnail as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to reach out to the owners and see about getting an investigation there, then registering for the Global Ghost Hunt, we'll put a post up after the show for you guys to be able to do that. So,
and I know Raymond and I were talking about something. I think what we're going to end up doing, and we spoke about it too, Nando, is Raymond and I are going to create a list of all the locations. And there's a lot of beautiful locations. Prime example is right here, who don't have teams. So maybe there's somebody close by who can see and be like, oh wait, that's only an hour drive. So,
we'll get a list together for that and put it on.
Absolutely. Jen's taking off. Have a great night, Jen.
Bye.
There's a familiar face.
Gilchrist County Jail.
We spoke about that one earlier. This is the same jail that the G team, Patty, Heather, and them, they investigated. Hopefully they leave the doors open this time. But I think there's if I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, I know Raymond will. I think Henry and them said that there is a team they have for this location. I'm not sure the team name, but this is going to be a good one. This is going to be another good one. I mean, what can I say about it? You saw it with the G team. Patty and Heather and them did an amazing job. Henry has been supportive of the Global Ghost Hunt since they signed up, and I'm excited. I'm really excited for this one. So moving on with this one, there's another familiar face, another familiar location, Victorian View venue. This is where none other than Minnesota Spirit Hunters went to. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. But I just see him just mute himself. But anyway, no, this is where the Minnesota Spirit Hunters went, and I think Brian said, because I was at work for theirs, sadly, they didn't get to the attic, from what Brian told me.
Wow.
I don't know. Did you watch it?
No, I think because of the big difference with them and me, I think this was one that I didn't get to see.
I know they were capturing some pretty good evidence, but from what I understand, the main. Sorry, I was reading the comments, guys. The live was over before we got to the attic. Oh, there's Kara. Kara's in the audience. There she is from Minnesota Spirit Hunters. But the attic is it has the most activity from what I understand. At least that's the reports. Victoria View is another location without a team. Okay. See, I know we keep ramming around for a reason. There's Victor Santiago from the Don Big Show. What up, brother? Watertown Sewage. I love that name. I would keep out all these people. Okay, whatever. Anyway, Henry's working it. Henry's working Gilchrist.
Okay, that'd be good.
Ooh, that's cool. But Victorian View. What else can I say? Already saw
another lovely location.
Yeah.
You know, that again, we will put a list together of locations that haven't got teams with contact details. So if you want to reach out and then register for the Global Ghost Hunt, you know, we'll put it all out there for you guys to be able to do that.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Oh, there's the homestead from Goose Flats. So this is the location thumbnail, but you can see how what I'm talking about, how the history of it just fits the period. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I mean, they've done obviously some modern renovations to it, but another great location. There's the Presidio. There you go. You can see how it was a church or a mission or a monastery, whatever you want to call it, but they did have some military force all behind it. So there you go.
Great.
Another Presidio. We have some Edinburgh Manor. Yeah, we have some doubles here, guys, so bear with me. I think we're going back all the way through. The one that started us off.
Yeah, the Patrol Paranormal, the two Robs.
You know what? Go for it, Nando. Introduce them.
I think since they were last on, they've got 2 new team members that will be joining them as well. And what a location that they've got. The Ancient Ram Inn. You know, the inn was originally used to house the masons and other builders employed to construct the neighborhood church in the area.
Yep.
You know, the current owners of the Ancient Ram Inn are reporting some really strange experiences that are going on there. Even people that are going there, and it's one of the hotspots for paranormal investigators now. The Ancient Ram is a very popular location for investigators to go in to find out, you know, what's in there, what's going on. I think the last time I heard of it, it was reported that there was around 20 spirits still attached to this location.
Oh,
you know, so I think with the patrol, you know, with them investigating it, this is definitely, you know, a hot spot for the UK. And I think, you know, this location has been visited by a range of paranormal investigators, not only, you know, offset, but television as well. It's been highlighted on TV shows. And it's been named as one of Britain's most haunted buildings as well. So,
yeah. there's very few locations that make me jealous to see teams go. Obviously, Lep Castle. We know Jenny Sullivan and Emerald Isle go there a lot.
Yeah,
that's one that I'm jealous of, and this is probably one of the other ones. This is up there on my to go list, and I'm excited. And you know what? To be honest, the Patrol, they're a great team. The Robs do an amazing job. They kicked off the May event, and honestly, couldn't have went off any better. I mean, yeah, technical issues aside, they did a great investigation, and I know you were there. I wanted to see you used as bait more, but
there is a scene, there is a scene where they coached me into sitting in one of the punishment cells on my own, and they closed the door. Now the thing is, just like so with me, I am easily scared. Like regardless of where we are, they, especially Dan, he will always go out of his way to try and give me a jump. But anyway, they asked me to go in there and do a bit of calling out. So I'm sat in the punishment cell, and I noticed on the right of me, the chain started like shaking, and I thought it might be a bit of wind. So I carried on, and then suddenly the chain just went whoosh, and then you see me on camera like jumping up and banging the door, saying "Let me out, let me out." And they played a bit. I didn't realise there was a bit of wide string going along the cell to the outside, and they were outside. They were outside pulling it, and it really got me. Like honestly. But this is the thing, people, we like to have fun, not because we're not taking the investigation seriously, but we want to have good energy and, have fun with it at the same time. But
100%.
Yeah, they got me, and I've never got my fat ass up so fast and moved. Honestly, it was not cool at the time.
I'm actually surprised with that story. As soon as I heard that you went into the punishment cell, I'm surprised Sarah didn't shut the door.
Yeah, and then just left me in the building and then not just leave me. But it was a great location. It was unfortunate because it was underground. The technology, the streaming and everything was a bit skew-iff, but they still did a great job and we still had a good investigation. But we know with the Ancient Ram Inn, they have full Wi-Fi there. So
that's good.
So we've already made sure that everything is going to go smoothly. So it's going to be a great investigation.
And you know what? To be honest, and I said this before, and I'll say it again. Even though with the technical problems that the patrol had when you guys had while at the jail, you guys still taught us something. That investigation taught other teams, and Nando, we were a part of meetings for this.
Yeah,
we learned different things for the event that we wouldn't have learned if it went off without a hitch. We learned that we need to get in touch with the teams earlier. We need to make sure everything's going good. We need to make sure everything is set for the event.
Yeah.
And just checking your equipment prior to, and camera angles and what to do and stuff like that. So in all honesty, like the patrol's investigation, perfect way to kick it off. Absolutely perfect way. So bravo to them. And I'm excited for the Ancient Random Inn, and I'm jealous. So anyway, moving on before I get on another tangent. So this one, actually, I'm going to move a slide ahead. And this is our last one that we have. Abyss Paranormal. So if I'm not mistaken, that rock looks awfully familiar. So for those of you, I think, and Vicky, if you're still in the audience, I think that's that meteorite. I think that's that meteorite that they were talking about. But, I mean, look at this. They have a great team. They investigate very well together. And this location, I'm excited for. This is probably one of my top tier ones as far as the ones who aren't well known. Because look at this. It's like we just walked right into history.
And that's what I was going to say. It's like you're being, you're going through like a portal back in time to.
I knew it. I called it. But anyway, go ahead.
It's like you've been transported back into time because of the fixtures, the fittings and everything is all the way it should be. And again, another lovely location to investigate, and I'm sure Abyss will do another great job as well.
Absolutely. And for those of you who missed the general store with Abyss Paranormal, go back and watch it. I have to give huge props to Vicky and her team because they're a decent sized team. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's 7 of them there, right? They spread themselves out. So that way they're not all investigating in one spot. And they had one camera person going to each little group. And, that's something that we didn't see in these other investigations. We didn't see that. We saw the group walking around together. And I know the patrol did that. I know you guys did it for Portal. You guys did it, but they did it in a way that was different. They literally, like, their camera person went up, checked on one group, spoke with them for a little bit, saw what was going on, moved on to the next group, and just made rounds as the night went on. And I gotta give them props. That is hilarious. That is just great that this team comes out of nowhere and sets the standard. I mean, that bar is set. So I'll be honest with you folks. I don't want to be the first team for the October event. I'm not following Abyss. But no, absolutely. Kendrick's House Museum, stunning. And that kid, I don't know, that kid looks like he's off of some kind of movie. You know what I mean? Like those.
It reminds me of a little bit Oliver Twist.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. I just to me that kid looks like he's one of those spoiled kids. He's either spoiled or he just, I don't know. Like, I want this. Give me that. You know? I don't know. But sorry. Was that a girl?
Was that a girl? That picture of a little girl, his family member that passed in the house of polio. Wow.
She was 2?
She looks older than 2.
Vicky, you're talking about this one? That looks like a little boy to me. I don't know. Maybe this one? Because there's a couple of pictures back here. I see. Anyway, either way, it's going to be an amazing investigation. It's going to be an amazing investigation with an amazing team. And I'm telling you, folks, it is not one you want to miss. But what's really cool is we're getting more and more teams each week. Each week, more and more are signing up. And again, folks, if you want to be a part of the Global Ghost Hunt, just go to globalghosthunt.com and register. Register your team. If you're a team, you don't have a location, register. If you're a location, you don't have a team, you obviously see you can still register.
Yeah.
We will do our best, but.
And we know we've got other teams that are coming back on. CMPS, Suzette's team. They're just in the process of looking for a location. Yep. So I know that they're coming back on. I think Michael Wong might be coming back.
That's what I've heard.
I've heard in the pipeline. So, and I think, again, what's great for the October is that we've got new faces coming on to investigate, but we've got the returning ones as well. So we've seen them from May. We know how good they are. And, no doubt they're going to up their game in these other locations. So it's a lot to look forward to. I'll try to have more lights set up this time. Less Raymond. He did a good job. Come on. He did do a good job. But
it would have been nice to see Octagon Hall a little bit better, though.
He did it. He did a true investigation, in the dark. He did it in the dark. And, fair play to him.
So did Michael Wong, though.
Yeah, hey, leave Raymond alone. Everyone loves Raymond.
No, you ready? You ready to watch this? Now, Raymond, all you have to do if you want to go completely night mode like that, get yourself some good IR lights from Relatively Paranormal. So talk to Todd, get you some night vision, and then you can go lights out all you want. See, double. I burned Raymond and I got Relatively out there. So,
No, that's good. But what about you, Matt? For yourself, are you going to be doing anything for the October event?
Yes, I have something special. So as most of you have realized by now, the Wicked Queen and I are officially and legally getting married October 17th of this year. And the 18th, we will be traveling to the beautiful Louisiana location called New Orleans, or Nolans, as they say down there. For those of you who don't know what Nolans is about, Mardi Gras, that full of history, beautiful architecture, beautiful people, beautiful culture, and we're actually meeting up with a brother of ours. So if you guys have been following Paralinks, Paralinks has been working closely helping us share out these locations, share out the teams and the events. I am meeting up with none other than the water boy himself, Mr. Howard Petrie, and his beautiful, loving wife, Jackie. That's how he says it too. It's funny as hell. I don't know if you ever watched Howard, but Jackie, he always yells it. It's great. But I'm meeting up with them, and Howard and I are setting up some things. Howard's talking with a couple of his connections down in New Orleans, and we are going to be showcasing some of the not well-known haunted areas of New Orleans. And we're going to be talking with a couple of store owners. Like there's one down there. His name is Papa Czar. I've been excited to meet him. He is an actual vampire, legit vampire. Wow. Drinks blood and all that. Yeah, all that. He's a legit vampire. He's really high up in voodoo or hoodoo. I can't remember which one. But he has a shop called Voodoo Authentica. Go check him out, guys, if you haven't already. But I'm going to go live there. I'm going to showcase that. So it's not really going to be, it's not going to be just one for me. It's going to be during the day showcasing this beautiful town and city and these beautiful people. But at the night, I'm going to do another investigation. So I'm going to have two parts. So kind of what we were supposed to have for Tombstone, but in New Orleans.
That'd be cool as well. That'd be cool.
Yeah. And you know what?
Some funny reactions out of Mackenzie again.
Oh, you know the Wicked Queen's always. She even today, before we get into the new merch, today we were talking. Nando and I, like I said earlier, we were at a meeting, and we were just chatting and catching up. Mackenzie left for work. The Wicked Queen, she was leaving for work. Doesn't say goodbye to me. Says goodbye to the cat that's on the bed. And just looks at me and goes, "Okay, I'm leaving. Bye."
Do you know what? I get the same. You would think, like, Sarah will wake up in the morning, want to give her husband a cuddle. I turn around and she's down the bottom of the other side of the bed, cuddling the bloody dog. And I don't get it. She coos over the dog, like all this. I'm like, what? But, anyway.
I'm waiting for something just get thrown at you. Yours is home. Mine's not.
She'll watch this on playback, and then you'll get a slap.
Wicked Queen never watches my stuff. She even admits it. She even admits it too. She's admitted it live. We've done live streams together, and she's like, "I don't watch your shit." I'm like, "Thanks. I love your support. Love you."
But no, it's all good fun.
So we were taking time out of our honeymoon to do the Global Ghost Hunt, and also. I'll be making myself available at certain points to help Brian, obviously, still stream, and we're gonna do a bunch of things. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited for that. And the place, you'll love this. The place that we're staying at isn't in New Orleans. We're staying in a town outside of New Orleans, and this town is haunted. There was apparently this big massacre.
I think you told me about this.
Oh yeah.
Was it one that, and you got it on Google Maps and everything? You were showing me on Google Maps.
Yeah. And we actually rented a houseboat of all things. It's kind of cool. I'm like, I've never stayed on a houseboat before, neither is she. And we're going to be on a houseboat in a haunted town, severely haunted town, where blood was everywhere, literally. And basically, the short version, folks, if you're watching and wondering, so basically people literally came to these other people's homes and killed them. Just randomly, just walked up. You there? Done. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the town we're staying in.
Blimey.
What better way for a honeymoon, right? So romantic. Till death do us part.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be a great one. It's going to be a great place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, but
well, I'm excited
to see that.
I'm excited.
I
am excited, but yeah. Now Howard has been under the weather recently. He had some issues going on. Which, by the way, folks, he is doing a lot better. He's home, but him and I need to still figure out some logistics of it. But I guess the short answer is I'm doing New Orleans. I'm going to be investigating New Orleans. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. What about you, brother? What's Portal doing?
Well, I know we've been invited to attend with the patrol again.
Nice.
You know, so the two Robs extended an invitation for us to join them on the investigation. But with regards to us, we haven't really decided what we're going to investigate for the October. We had such a lovely location in May for Magston Hall. You know, what a great location, and you know, some of the responses we got was great. So it was just trying to think of what could we do next, because as you've seen with Rootless, they've come back with a fantastic location. Abyss, they've come back with a fantastic location. So, you know, we want to sort of get a location that's really good as well. But yeah, so it's something that we will be chatting about, and you know, there is a couple that I've got in mind. There's one I would like to do. It's called the Groundlings Theatre.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to be the bottom floor was like a workhouse for boys, I believe.
Okay.
There's stories of a horrible head teacher, stories of someone being murdered there. So, you know, it's been a good location when we've gone there before. You know, it's been a good location. But yeah, we will. I think the focus at the moment is just getting the teams that are registering, get all their stuff, and then we'll come up with an idea afterwards. But yeah, so
wait a minute, Dan, are you still here? I have an idea.
What's the idea? Here we go.
So the Wicked Queen and I will be back in Pennsylvania on the 25th, which, as most of you know, it's just towards the tail end. It's about the halfway point of the Global Ghost Hunt. Why don't you guys end Global Ghost Hunt in Gettysburg, here in Pennsylvania, when you get to come here?
Oh yeah, we'll just all jump on.
Yeah, just a short trip. It's a quick drive. Just come to Gettysburg.
That'd be cool. You know, it would be great to go overseas and, you know, do something like Penhurst. Looks like a great logo. When we saw yours, it looked, you know, I would really like to get into somewhere like that, or, you know, an asylum as well. You know, when you see them, they're just great, you know, but one day maybe.
I have an idea.
Let me get comfortable. That's it.
Okay, so I don't know if Mister is still watching or not. What about for next October? Not this one coming, the next year, 2024. We host Global Ghost Hunt, or at least we have all the admin and all their teams at Penhurst. We all do Penhurst as one big. GGH investigates Penhurst. They do groups. They do group investigations.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? To see all the teams join and do one massive...
We would be in so much trouble with our wives.
I was going to say, who would get trouble first? Who would...
Yo.
It would be great. You know, like we always say about how the UK have great locations. But I think America, you know, when you see them, it's, you know, it would be great to do a tour around, like do a bit of what Brian did, do an American tour to these locations. It would be amazing.
Here's the thing, I love these other locations, don't get me wrong, but you could spend a whole month and not hit all of the Pennsylvania locations.
you would only get a small amount, you know. And there are locations that I just want to go to see if they are as haunted as what they say they are, like Bobby Mackey's, and you know, you know, I know there's a lot of stories out there, but sometimes you think the stories is not as true. But like East Drive here, you know, 30 East Drive is a very popular location.
Yeah,
and we investigated there, and we're like, you know, from my opinion, there's definitely something there. But is it as haunted as what they say? Yes, a road trip. See, and yeah, I knew Sarah. She hears the word road trip or anything like that, she's back in the room.
well, to be fair, we did speak privately, and you guys did say about a holiday in PA next year. So
until you mention the bloody bears, and then Sarah has a break. I ain't going. There's bears. I ain't
there's
going.
no bears. No bears. No bears. That's Sean Kelly. I just took him on a little trip around, but no bears. No bears. Actually, oddly enough, after we had that discussion, there was actually a bear sighting.
Okay, give it a couple of seconds. Sarah will be like, actually, let's forget about that road trip now. I'll show you how Bobby Mackey works very soon. Laugh out loud.
Bears, cougars, and snakes. So here's the thing. So the only bears that we really see is like the very sporadic ones that maybe once a year you might see, and that's if it's really dry, because they'll come down to the river.
Yeah.
Snakes, we do have snakes, but they're more afraid of you. They'll run away from you. Like, they don't come after you. And as far as cougars, the only cougars you got to watch out for are not the kitty cat ones. I'm just going to say that. The actual human female cougars, if you know what I'm talking about. Those are the ones.
I can see one on the screen now in the comments. I'm joking.
See, Sarah, I told you, this is what he does when you're not around. See? And we lost Nando. But no, in all seriousness, I was like, you don't really run into him. But anyway, so let's move on. So, but yeah, no, I just think that'd be great. I think that'd be great. Maybe we can talk to Penhurst and talk to Brian and see if we can all pitch in to basically rent out Penhurst for an investigation. And just one night, the entire GGH staff, we go.
Wouldn't it be cool? Like you, AJ, Brian,
everybody.
It would be fun. It would definitely be fun. But yeah, that's something that we can all talk about. But are we going to move on to the new marriage? Because it looks quite cool, the marriage.
Yes. So for those of you who don't know or haven't been paying attention, there's Jenny. Jenny just popped into the room from Emerald Isle. Hey, Jenny. Hello. So for those of you who don't know, Global Ghost Hunt, we do have merch. And all you have to do is go to globalghosthuntmerch.com. That easy. I wanted to make it very simple. So simple a consultant can do it. You see? But instead of a caveman, I don't know if you guys saw that, had that commercial. So there was an auto insurance commercial a while back. It basically was saying it was so simple to sign up, a caveman can do it. It's funny, and it was hilarious. The caveman always had some issues. It was great, but I just changed it from caveman to consultant. Basically, idiot proof. But anyway, go to globalghosthuntmerch.com. You will find your merchandise, but we have something that we want to show you guys. So first of all, let's start off with what we already have. So you can see, just real basic. Nando and I came up with this idea of this skull. I love it. Brian loves it. Everybody seems to like it. I don't know. It suits us. It suits the Global Ghost Hunt. We've got water bottles. We've got jackets. We've got hoodies. We've got mugs, bags. We've got a bunch of different things. You even backpack for your equipment. You have another bag for your equipment, a little duffel bag. We have stickers, notebooks for your investigations. We've got it all, folks. Even pint glasses. Pint glasses are like, I mean, let me just click on this real quick. How cool is that? Like, seriously. That looks so cool. You got the bucket hats. Brian loves the bucket hat. And you know what? I'm usually not a fan of bucket hats, but that design looks cool on that bucket hat. I don't know what it is.
I do like the bucket hat.
But we have ignore this right now. We have we have pet T-shirts for all your pets. Like I know Jenny has a lot of small animals, cats, dogs. Perfect for them. We've got the masks, GGH masks, because obviously there's certain locations where there's a lot of debris, there's a lot of dirt, whatever. You have a global ghost hunt mask for you can take with. But this is brand new today, and I'm gonna do the hoodie because the shirt is absolutely the same. This is our Dare to Join merchandise, folks. On the front, we've all heard it. We've all heard it. It's been in the videos. Dare to join. That's been the question. Do you dare to join? So we decided to throw it on some merchandise. And on the back, we've got Global Ghost Hunt with the website. We've got different colors. It comes in all different sizes. As you can see, you got all different ones. You got the blue. You've got purple. You've got pink. I love the pink. I don't know why I like the pink, but I just love the pink. And you have, I guess that's considered charcoal or navy, excuse me. But
navy.
Yeah, that just, I mean, that is really cool. Now, I think I told you, Nando. I was speaking with Robin from Halford Paranormal. He is in charge of our merchandise, and he came up with a really great idea. Admin, we are going to be having our own merchandise that will be disclosed at another time. But Nando, I know you were here. Oh, wait a minute, there it is. There it is. Hold on. Big news. There we go. Mr. Approved. It's Mr. Approved.
He must have got a signal because that's the first comment he's made all night. So
I think he's been hiding. He's been hiding.
Oh yeah, maybe he's hiding in the background.
But
no, I think it's a great. I like the hand, the symbol for the Global Ghost Hunt. You know, it's cool.
It gets better. Cool. It's even better. Sit down. We had an idea. One thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to give the teams something to be proud of, something to wear. And that was something we did for the May event, right? We're going to step up our game. So what we're going to do is this is going to be all public, folks, all public for the teams. Every team that signs up, you will have your logo right here in the O, where the O should be for the Global Ghost Hunt, with your location up on top and October 2023 right here on the bottom. It is going to be just for this event, just for the October event, and it will run until November 1st. Now, we also added something else. Dare to join underneath, it'll just say something very simple, we did. So your team gets your own piece of merchandise for the public to where everybody can watch and everybody can do and everybody can support each other, because that is what this is about. So there you go, folks. That is our new line of merch. You can get it as a hoodie or a t-shirt at the moment. Again, it is globalghosthuntmerch.com. And honestly, I love it. I absolutely love it. I know Robin's excited for it. And the fact that we can showcase these teams like this on a public domain to where they can get their own merch to be proud of with the location on top of it. We're going to showcase the location. What else do you want?
Even just for the teams, if they've got people watching that support those teams, so for example, Abyss, yes, if they've got viewers that are going to be watching that want to support Abyss, they can buy a piece of merch with the Abyss logo on there. So it's going to be a great way for everyone to get involved and support their teams.
Absolutely. And guys, here's the thing. We do have a code. We have a code for this, but this is only good for the first 30 days. It is code DARE. You can see right here on top. Code DARE at checkout. You get 10% off your order. So if you want to this is just going to be just the regular Global Ghost Hunt merch, as is. The shirts are going to be exactly the same. But for the teams, you guys will have your own. Every team that signs up and pays their fee will get your logo right here with your location. to be showcased. It's just something we wanted to give back to everybody because, let's be honest, the teams that were, like we said, the teams that were here did an amazing job in the May event. And
can we go one step further for the teams then? So what I'm thinking, we've got the Global Ghost Hunt at the back. Maybe underneath that, we can put their link, like something so people can go over to their Facebook page or their YouTube channel.
I'm good with that.
So then, they're getting their teams out there as well.
I'm good with that. Or we can even put the full team name under Global Ghost Hunt and find us on Facebook.
Yeah.
Or find us on YouTube.
Find us on Facebook or YouTube, where their followers are. And then, that'll be a great way to help them out as well.
Absolutely. And again, it's going to be public. All this merch is going to be public for everybody. And it's only going to be a limited time. So again, teams, you'll only have until November 1st. I will do what I can with Robin to keep that code active. I'm not sure how long we can keep it active. I know typical setting is a month, but I'll see if I can keep that going as long as we can. But the prices are as low as we can get them. So it's not about the money. I'll tell you that right now. It's not about the money. So it's just about showcasing everybody. That's the bottom line. So
definitely. Yeah. It's all
close. Good. I almost smacked my head. But anyway, I'm excited, guys. I'm really excited for this. I'm really excited for the October event. And again, if you are a team, you do not have a location, sign up. If you're a location, you don't have a team, sign up anyway. And all you guys have to do is go to globalghosthunt.com and register today. If you have any issues, shoot us a message. We will be more than happy to help you out. We have a great admin staff that is willing to be here basically 24 hours a day. There's always somebody available to help you out. So,
yeah. And in different parts of it. So if you need help with locations, there's a dedicated locations team, investigations, support, merchandise, so there's a section where people are working all the emails. So, any question, or go to Global Ghost Hunt on Facebook and message us through Facebook and someone will get back to you. It's as simple as that. But, we look forward to welcome new teams. I know there's some old teams that are still to register and we look forward to welcoming them back. But yeah, so it should be a great October event.
Absolutely. And I will let everybody know that I would probably say by mid-July, and just because of work schedule and everything, by mid-July, all the active teams that have signed up and paid the registration fee, you will have your merchandise up by mid-July. That's the time frame right now. So everybody will be active. So there you go. So anything else you want to talk about, brother, before we get out of here?
No, it's just it's been great catching up with you. Like I said, it's been a bit of hit and miss with us two. It's like being passing. Is it the same passing ships in the night?
Yeah, but our ships are on fire and they're halfway sunk.
Yeah, that wasn't a good example, was it? Let's move on from that. I didn't think of that one through very well.
Passing investigators in the night without flashlights, like Newsome Paranormal.
Oh, bless him. But no, it's we're looking forward to October. I think it'll be another good 10 days worth of investigations. Some cracking locations to look forward to, and everyone in the comments, as always, get involved. If you see something, mention it, and then we can put it up on the. Because no doubt, me and Matt will do another halfway show. Do you think?
Oh, that's happened. We're definitely doing a halftime show. We're definitely doing a wrap-up show. That is happening.
Yeah, I'll be more prepared for the wrap-up show than I was last time.
Prepared or awake?
Awake. It was crazy, wasn't it? Because there was one night that we were watching the streams, and in between the lives, I think me and you were laughing so much I fell asleep, like literally on the table like this. And I woke up to, hey brother, where are you? You still there? I was like, before I knew it, I missed the whole evening, didn't I? So
Yeah, and I think we had a meeting. We had a meeting with Brian, or we were gonna do. No, it was the last GGH live. I sent him like gifs of alarm clocks.
But do you know what? It is hard sometimes because of the time difference.
Which is 5 hours, not 4. Thanks, Google.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, it is 5 hours. But no, it was a great May event. October is going to be just as good.
Yep.
You know, we've got cracking teams, new ideas coming up. You know, I think, and again, we learned a lot from each of the teams with the way they did their investigation. And again, you know, Jenny's team and our paranormal researchers, you know, the 2-camera idea, that was great because you're getting, and the way we were working it in the background, 1 minute we would switch from their investigation to what they're doing, and then we went to the other camera where it was, you know, it was just standing there on its own, nothing going on, and we were just watching to see if anything would happen. You know, so that was great. You know, so we picked up a lot of ideas to bring to the October.
Mm-hmm.
And then going into next year for the Global Ghost Hunt, we've got plenty more ideas, you know, that we're talking about. So lots to look forward to with the Global Ghost Hunt.
Lots of ideas.
Lots of ideas. That needs to be a bit of merch on your website.
I have an idea.
No.
I already have the merch.
I have an idea, brother. That's your favorite one that you say.
No, it literally says on the front, I have an idea. And on the back, it says, got a minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that.
I think I gave you credit for that one, I think.
What's that mean? It needs a picture of your face, though, with the light bulb.
No, I have my ghost. I have my ghost guy.
Oh, yeah, with the light
I have my
bulb.
little ghost guy with light bulb, yeah.
Right.
But anyway, anyway, folks, I'm excited. I know Nando's excited. We'll have another GGH Live here in July. Maybe sooner. I don't know if something happens. Maybe we'll come live again and just hang out and chat. Who knows? Give you guys any updates that might be happening. But we are going to try to do at least one a month leading up to the October event. So again, please share, guys. It's not about us. It's not about anything but promoting these teams. And what better way to do it? Just share. It takes a couple seconds.
It'll be fun. And, you know, again, what we've said before, you're helping the locations to get recognized so they stay where they're meant to be and not get destroyed. And also, you know, getting these teams out as well, you know, like the smaller teams, like Michael Wong. He's very new. He does a great job. So let's get him recognized for the great investigation, Rootless Destination, Abyss, all of them. You know, so it's going to be a great October event, and we'll see you on another GGH Live.
That's it. So you have yourselves a great rest of your night, guys. And I feel weird saying my catchphrase or my outro on this. I gotta think of something else.
What's your catchphrase? Oh, happy hauntings.
Okay, you say it.
There we go.